John Krasinski of The Athletic reporting that Tom Thibodeau and the Timberwolves are interested in Deng and would also be interested in Joe Noah if he became available. Now, we know Tibbs has a habit, right, of bringing back his former players, so you know he had to do it. The TimberBulls, they're real now, people. Yep, see, we got the logo there and everything. Nice. That's so nice, producer Tucker.
Is that Kirk Heinrich?
I mean, if you're going to bring everyone back, bring everyone back. I like the logo. I'm into the logo. If this happens, is Tibbs doing too much here?
I think, first of all, we have to separate those two cases, Noah and Deng. I think Deng, first of all, is healthy. When he last played, he played well. He showed he can still play. And most importantly, fits a need as a versatile, can play a stretch four, can guard multiple positions. He fits a need. Noah, that's the one I kind of scratched my head on because when he did play, it didn't look good. And he's a big one. They already have Gorgie Dieng. They already have Gibson. They already have Karl-Anthony Towns. There's not a whole lot of need for another big there.
You're right, and they also have Justin Patton, who they drafted last year. So where does Noah fit? But, I mean, you know, working in Phoenix, what you want to do if you're a coach, you want to get all your allies in the locker room. And now you've got five of them.
That's really interesting.
You've got Rose, you've got Jimmy Butler, Gibson, Noah, and possibly Deng, and you've got two roster spots. And for a coach who's kind of, you know, we're going to hear some little turmoil in Minnesota this year. You want to have your own guys in that locker room there.
What can you say? I know that there's stuff you can say on the air and off the air, but what can you say on the air about the situation in Minnesota? Because I really feel like every day it's a little bit, the story's a little bit different.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the Karl-Anthony Towns extension. I would have thought that would have been done by now, and now we're in a little bit of a standstill. Is it over years? Possibly. Minnesota wants to go the route of offering him 5 years, and maybe Towns wants to, you know, a shorter contract to be a free agent in 3 or 4 years. But that, for me, that's the team. Them and Washington are team turmoil this year based on they had success last year after, 15 or 16 years, and now it's, you know, how do you get, especially with the Lakers being as good as possibly they can be, they're a chance of not being in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, it's a very strong chance, and the part that is hard, Tibbs can fill his locker room with as many of his guys as he wants, but if it ends up that the two guys that you're trying to convince or get on board are also the two highest paid players and aren't going anywhere and publicly the face of the franchise, that's a war you're not going to win. That's in this NBA, even when you're both the client and the president in the case of Tibbs.
I'm also a client.
Yeah, you can't win that war because it's a players' league, and those are the two players that people most identify the Timberwolves with.
That, by the way, was an old commercial reference that a lot of people watching
We're all
going to get.
okay?
But everyone at this table is old enough to get. I'm just saying, Amin's trying to pretend he's younger than he is. He's not.